Jace Denman here with Flag Family Media. I'm with MSUM running back Tyson Powell. Tyson, big win last week and once again at home. Tell us a little bit about that last weekend's game and kind of your thought process in that game.
Yeah, for sure. I think obviously we had a slow start, getting down 10-zip, which was never ideal, but I don't think there was any worriedness from our team. We knew we were going to score a lot of points. We just had to get it going a little bit. So after that first quarter, I think we strung together, 17 points in that second quarter. Had the momentum going into half. Come out of half, and we scored right out of half, and knew we had the momentum there. Defense go get a stop. We score more points. So all in all, I think it was a slow start, but I was proud of our guys for not backing down and coming back and finishing the game strong and coming out with a convincing win versus a team that we lost to last year.
When you look at this offense and the way Coach Lockway and this staff is, they're always very aggressive. They want to go for the points. They want to go for the touchdowns. So obviously, you talk about a slow start, but to some extent, a slow start in that first quarter. You had a drive that just ended when you went for it on fourth down. So, I mean, you had a couple drives stall out, but at the same time, you were being very effective. So talk about playing for a coach and in a system where they're going to be uber aggressive and truly trying to score touchdowns rather than settle for field goals.
Right, it's awesome. I think some of it comes down to analytics too. Analytics is becoming a big thing in sports too. So, would you rather take your chance with a 40-yard field goal or try and go for it from 4th and 2? And especially with the offense that we have and the playmakers on the outside and the quarterback like we do. I think we're more often than not going to convert on those 4th down plays. So, it's super awesome. It's just like playing Madden on the video game, right? We're scoring lots of points, always going for it. So, I think it gives us a good edge in games too. Converting 4th downs and then eventually putting those ending those drives and points with a touchdown.
When you compare yourself to Luke Emdick, it feels a little bit like you guys got a little bit different roles. Obviously Luke can run the ball. He's been prolific at catching passes out of the backfield. It seems as though when you're in, there's more times than not you're going to get the ball off a handoff, but although you can catch the ball out of the backfield, I think you had a one-handed catch early on in the season. So can you kind of compare and contrast, maybe not so much styles, but maybe your guys' role on the team as running backs for this team?
Yeah, for sure. Luke's our number one guy. He took a lot of reps down in Wayne, and I think he took a lot of reps down in Augie too. So I knew that there's some points in the game where he's going to get banged up a little bit. So I'm going to just come in and do my part and not try to be just like Luke, but kind of bring my own thing into the group. And we had a lot of 11 personnel in last week with Vetter in the game. So I knew we're going to have more opportunities to run the ball when we have an offense as good as we are and we spread the ball out. Teams are expecting us to pass the ball. They don't really expect us to run the ball a whole lot. And when we have, our 5 linemen and a tight end, that's 6 guys in the box, and usually they only have 6 guys in the box. So, we're going to take advantage in the run game when we can. But, Luke has been here for a long time. He's only been here one less year than me, and I've actually torn both my ACLs. Mm-hmm. So, trying to hang in there. Luke's our number one guy, but, I'm just going to come in here and do my role and do whatever it is that the team needs me to do.
What's it like being in that spread type offense that you talked about as opposed to maybe a more quote-unquote traditional I formation kind of a situation? Because obviously we've seen some teams in the league that are run heavy, and obviously you can be run heavy without going into that, that 21 personnel, etc. So what's it like being involved in a running game, but also really, really counted on to be able to catch the ball out of the backfield? Is that a different mindset from a running back perspective?
Yeah, I guess so. We kind of take pride in like having our short pass game be, call it quote unquote like a run. Like it's just a long handoff. Basically, throwing the ball in the flat and getting 3 or 4 yards. It works just as good as a handoff. So it's super fun. Padding the stats a little bit, making catches out of the backfield, but also running for 4 or 5 yards a pop. It's awesome.
When you look at that play last week, I believe it was one of the Kallenbach brothers, got that interception. It really switched the momentum. Then you finally were able to capitalize on that drive. You score 17 points. Northern got 3 in the second quarter, and then you had the first 3 touchdowns in that third quarter. Did you guys really feel like something had flipped, either momentum-wise or maybe you figured something out offensively and went to more quick passes as opposed to deeper developing routes? Was there something that kind of was kickstarted by that defensive play?
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. The first drive of the game, I think we got stalled out in the 4th and down. We didn't complete it, and then the next drive we drove it down in the red zone, but we had a fumble, and we just knew that it wasn't anything that they were necessarily doing. It's just kind of our mistakes. So we knew that, hey, we're going to score a lot of points, and just so happened that after the fumble, 2 plays later, we get an interception, and, we're going to go turn this into 6 points. So huge play by Adam, catching the ball, making an interception with just one hand because he got a club on the other one. So definitely a flip in momentum, and I think that was the turning point in the game.
Now, when we look forward to this week, you've got to head down to Mankato, number 4 ranked team in the country. A very successful team. They knocked off Bemidji State in Bemidji. It's their homecoming, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They like to run the ball. They like to obviously be one of those teams that controls the line of scrimmage, control the clock. MSUM is a pass-dominant team. How do you guys go out and win the line of scrimmage, number one, keep Jack upright, but also try and dominate that time of possession and not allow them to get the ball back as much?
Right. I think it's just going to come down to execution. Like, I think they also have the number 1 pass ranked defense statistically, and we're the number 1 pass team in the league. So I think it's just going to come down to execution. Converting third downs, keeping those drives alive, so we keep our defense on the field, and just scoring points. So we know that they're going to score some points too. So just playing a complete game. We can't afford to get off to a slow start and let them control the game. We're going to have to start fast. We're going to have to execute the whole game, take care of the football, and like you said, protect Jack Strand. That's going to be number 1 point of emphasis. So
you've had a couple of close calls on the road. You've played a Wayne State. You've played Augustana, 2 of the other teams that are towards the top of the standings. You got Mankato this weekend. Down the road, you still got a Bemidji State to deal with. How important would it be for turning the page for this program to go from a team that was kind of finding its way to finally winning one of those big games and getting some momentum and some emphasis behind you guys, with some eyes on you saying, hey, this should be a playoff team this year?
Right. I think we're such a young team, but we're an experienced team. Like, we have a lot of young guys on this team, but they've played a lot of games. So I think this would be a huge game for us to go down there for their homecoming. Obviously, getting to win would be huge for the program, but I'm so proud of our young guys, stepping up, and this is going to be a really, really good program in the years to come.
Yeah, I can't say enough. There's a lot of youth, like you said, a program on the upswing. Obviously, Tyson, I was so excited, obviously, to call your name a couple times, couldn't get into the end zone. Hopefully, there's a couple more this weekend. Best of luck down in Mankato this weekend. We'll be calling your guys this game, and best of luck going forward.
Appreciate it. See you guys down there.
All right, it's been Jace Denman with Tyson Powell, MSUM running back. We'll talk to you later.